What is up, guys? Welcome back to another Arena of Valor esports video, and we are going to be taking a look at game 4 here of that second quarterfinal of the APL 2020. Team Flash going up against a Mad team. Right off the bat, Team Flash banning out Yuzon's Omen once again here. Of course, Omen's still one of those Slayer laners that Yuzon is allowed to pick in the rest of the series. And Mad just quickly banning out that D-Rock here, and we might see, actually I would have to see which heroes are still available for Team Flash, but I think it might be still that Zip, so they will have to ban that, I would assume. And Team Flash might be taking a look at, I think Capheny was not picked yet by Mad here, but unfortunately we can't see it on the screen. They decide to ban Kha'Zix instead. Very interesting. We will definitely see a Zip ban coming out here. Pretty sure Team Flash hasn't picked it up yet, unless they want to give over that Zip for this game so they don't have to worry about it for the rest of the series. But if they give over the Zip, and Proe, one of the best supports in this tournament, he is definitely going to be able to use that Zip very well. And at that point you just are 3-1 behind, right, in the series. Only one more game for Team Flash to win. So yeah, Zip being banned out there. Now, the first pick, Capheny was already picked, so we might see Mad team here pick up that Capheny for their side. And of course, we already spectated 0322 on his Capheny in his point of view. Yeah, what is a good first pick here? Let me think. They didn't pick... Oh, they did pick Malok. It is very interesting. Maybe a Slayer laner. Florentino is available for them, but they don't have to first pick it. Because Mad already picked that Florentino once, last game in fact, and he wasn't doing too well. The Lubu is a very interesting pickup because that disables Yuzon's Lubu here. I'm pretty sure... No, he already picked Lubu, so that's a really weird pick to see here. But I guess they just don't want to show anything about the team comp yet. And also, Lubu can be flexed into the jungle, although it is not really used at all in pro play. It is used a lot in solo queue, so maybe they will bring in some twists there. What could be some good picks here for the side of Mad? Not a lot of mid laners remaining. I know XB still has that Ignis available for him, so we might see that this game. Ooh, the Alice is still available, and that Malok. That is a very nice little ultimate combo. Also, Alice, of course, the one of the top 3 supports in this current patch, along with Kha'Zix and Zip. So, of course, when these other 2 are banned, he will pick that up, and yeah. Malok, of course, as well, a super strong mid laner. I highly doubt we will see him outside of that role. I think he will be a mid laner here. So Mad already showing their mid laner and support. We'll see how Team Flash will react to this. Of course, Ignis is still available. Ignis is pretty good against that Malok. And there it is. They are hovering that Ignis right now. If they don't pick it up here, it will definitely be banned in that second rotation. I think they should try to pick up their mid laner here. Otherwise, as I said, Mad can just ban out all those other mid laners. Chognar, that's a very interesting support pick because of course it will hard counter that Malok ult and that Alice ult. It will keep that Ignis super safe, and both of them together can just CC the enemy team for an eternity. Ignis can also decide to not go for Frosties then, but instead the Evil Secrets build, where he just does much more damage. He will still go for Purify. I agree with that choice because I think Purify is in general one of the best summoner skills for Ignis. And we'll see what this third Mad pick will be. They might try to go for a cheeky jungle pick here and then ban out a bunch of junglers. Kira still not picked up, above, of course, the Capheny. As I said before, if they don't pick Capheny here, Team Flash will just ban it out completely and ban a lot of marksmen. So they definitely want to pick up this Capheny. Remember when I said at the early stages of this best of 7, you don't want to blow too many OP heroes, But if you're 2-1 behind, you definitely want to get a victory, right? So you want to use that Capheny, you want to use that Malok, you want to use that Alice. And so far, Mad Team is very well equipped here to beat this Team Flash roster. The Elandor ban is very, very nice. Volcath ban, very interesting, but it is kind of a Neil targeted ban. I think he is so far one of the only junglers who is actually using this Volcath in that jungle, or using Volcath in general. No one really, not many players use him because he has a lot of counters, and when there isn't too much CC on the enemy team, like, I mean, there is Ignis for sure, but the Chognar slows you down, which doesn't matter to Volcath. The Lubu can knock you up, and the other stuff is also slows, so that again doesn't matter. And they are hovering that Elsu ban, and it does get locked in. So Elsu banned out from Team Flash here, so of course Ellie is one of the more famous Elsu players, I would say. Definitely would have been a good option for him there. I think it can go very well against Capheny as well, because you can just poke her out if you're good. And of course Ellie is incredibly good at Elsu. So we'll see what this last ban for Team Flash will be, by Team Flash will be. We might see another targeted ban at Neil. Kriknak has not been picked yet by Neil. They decide to ban Kilgroth away from Yuzon instead. So Yuzon will be struggling a little bit with his champion pool here. He will have to pick something very peculiar. And they can still go, Team Flash can still pick that last little niche pick that Yuzon has. They can pick it away, and that's why I think Mad has to pick it right here, whichever Yuzon is gonna play. Of course, Roxy is still available. Roxy against Lubu is alright for Roxy. Lubu is forced to take Purify then to win that matchup. So we'll see if they do that. But Roxy against Chognar is just really not ideal at all. It's honestly terrible. So it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, they pick up the Kriknak. Team Flash hasn't picked Kriknak either so far. So that is definitely a good pick away there. Now we might see Yuzon on a very awkward pick, because if they sent this Lubu into the jungle, no, they actually are hovering Rourke, which is very, very good against Lubu, against Kriknak, and also against Alice. However, not that good against Malok, I would say, because you can just burst through his shield. And Capheny is also just completely destroys Rourke if she plays correctly and keeps her distance, which she is definitely able to do with that sprint. So, ooh, that is just so interesting, guys. This is just such a, yeah, you can see it, man. They picked up the Wisp, and that is just all the marksmen are picked up. I mean, there would be a Telenas. Telenas would be a pretty decent option, but I think Wisp actually has a better time going up against Kriknak than that Telenas. Telenas is even more of a free kill, and they are hovering Emily for Yuzon here. As I said, guys, Yuzon will have to pick something really awkward. Richter already gone, Florentino gone, Omen banned, Lubu picked, Lubu gone anyway. Like, what is there even remaining, right? Not too many things. So Emily definitely possible. Roxy, as I said, you don't want to waste it going up against the Chognar. That is just such a terrible pick against Chognar. And yeah, that Emily actually gets locked in. And right now Neil has it, but I'm sure they will put it to Yuzon. Yuzon actually has that punish. Switches to Sprint. Sprint probably one of the best spells for Emily, because in pro play she will probably go very, very tanky here, okay? Usually in solo queue you would just go for a crit build and you would S2 flicker onto this Wisp, and she just dies instantly, guys, okay? You literally one-shot her. It's hilarious. But in pro play you can't play this aggressively. You have to play very controlled, and yeah, we will definitely see a very tanky, possibly even with a rock shield, Emily here. So should be a lot of fun to see just how tanky she can get with that ultimate damage reduction as well. And yeah, let me just check if I am on the good quality. There we go. And yeah, now the thing about the POV streams, let me know. I'm still not reading comments, guys, because I really don't want to get spoiled about these quarterfinals. So I apologize for that. However, if you guys want me to do POV reviews as well, the thing about those is that I can't really go past the draft and check, like, let's say someone picks Murad, right? And then I check out his POV stream, but then he just plays garbage. And then we just wasted it, right? And then I'm spoiled about the outcome of the video, and then the commentary isn't going to be as fun to watch, I think, because I think a lot of you enjoy that I don't know what's happening and I'm trying to predict and stuff. That is the point of this. And yeah, so I don't really know. We'll see how we will do it with those POV streams. I will try my best. Maybe I'll try to find someone who scouts for me and tells me which ones are good. But yeah, we will just see. Just let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I will read them at some point. Don't you worry. But yeah, like, I don't want to get spoiled because that would just diminish the quality of these videos. And Yuzon already getting ganked, but with a sprint he is easily able to get away. Just pops that, runs away with that Emily. And Team Flash just making their way onto this Spirit Sentinel. Gonna get it very, very easily here. 2 minutes into the game, both teams just farming. Team Flash a little bit ahead because of that Spirit Sentinel. Fanta gets poked pretty hard, but all the while Mad was able to just sneak that Abyssal Dragon very quickly. However, they are a little bit low HP now, especially that Malok, and they might get their blue buff stolen. Are able to pull it out, very well played, and Team Flash is forced to retreat here. Now both buffs of Kriknak are up, he gets the blue buff, very well played, and is going straight away to his red buff after picking up this mid lane wave. The mid lane tower getting poked a little bit. Nice little advantage there for Team Flash. It will be easier to take it down later, but it was like a couple hits. You can't even see it on the minimap, so maybe it wasn't even poked. I'm a clown, it's fine. We have that Lubu, of course, going up against Emily. I'm pretty sure Lubu wins this at level 4, but before that, Emily clowns on him. But at level 4, Lubu just, he has infinite lifesteal basically. So he really does not care about anyone's damage. And we have only 3 endless cycles on the side of Team Flash, but 5 full endless cycles on the side of a Mad. So this will again, of course, be a late game advantage for Mad. And yeah, that Wisp is just completely getting... no, she uses her Arctic Orb and she is able to not get attacked. That was actually very insanely well played by Wisp. She used her ult to clear the wave and then she just instantly Arctic Orbs, and yeah, the Malok just jumps away. And yeah, just a very, very defensive gameplay coming in by both teams here. I mean, Team Flash is trying to get some picks and stuff. Mad tried to get that Wisp, but with the Arctic Orb, not too much gonna be happening in that early game. Still the same 500 gold lead coming in by Team Flash. Again, does not really matter all that much. Right now we have the individual goals being shown, 200 gold lead on Rourke compared to that Kriknak, which is gonna let him allow him to complete that jungle item a little bit earlier. Rourke also coming in with those attack speed boots, which is gonna give him a little bit more damage in that early game. Definitely a very nice pickup because yeah, you have of course that Wisp is able to secure that Abyssal Dragon. It was almost stolen away, and now beautifully timed Chognar ult just able to make them get away instantly. Wisp is making it rain onto this Capheny, and Capheny seems to not have sprint, so she just ends up dropping for that first blood, and to none other than that Rourke, which is of course gonna really appreciate that early game gold. Team Flash is not done yet, they keep diving and they get another kill to their name, and they try to get this tower, but they might have overextended. This Rourke is so low HP, ends up dropping. Beautiful kill for that Malok, and now Malok would love to have Flicker available because he would just flicker onto them and kill everybody there, but is not able to, and now he will just... No, he will not. He won't die. He won't die. He's chilling. But Neil was able to split push that top lane tower and gets it. So actually Mad team get ahead of this trade in my opinion, because they secure the first tower of that game, which is gonna help them a lot. It might force this Wisp to rotate now over to that top lane and chill there with the Chognar, because that Lubu might just get camped, okay, if he is pushed too far out. And yeah, this Emily can just freeze that wave now as well. So we might see a Lubu coming, falling very far behind that Emily. And yeah, we'll just have to see how Mad decides to play it out. They have their Kriknak bottom lane, so they're still trying to defend that tower, use the Capheny ult, and are easily able to clear out that wave right there. The dragon is gonna be spawning very, very soon as well, I would assume. And we'll see how this turns out right now, because Team Flash just got that bot lane tower, and they definitely have that advantage in terms of positioning around that. You can see around that mid side, they have the control of the right mid lane bush, which is also the control over that dragon. They have the vision here, and they can just start it instantly, and they decide to. Rourke, of course, gonna burn it down super quickly, and you can see that Lubu is forced to play very defensive, just chilling in that bush, trying to... He's basically a living board right now, just providing vision. Not much he can do, and we'll see if Med is trying to go very deep here for a pick, but they get turned around actually on, and this Kriknak now completely gets caught. I think the Wisp just flickered forward and shot the stun into the wall to stun that Kriknak, gets a pick onto him, but Kriknak gets the return kill onto that Wisp as well, and now ADC drops as well there on his Rourke, and Go is going so deep, gets that pick up onto that Alice. Very well played, and I think this Malok might be in a huge lot of trouble, ends up dropping as well. Wisp gets a ton of gold from that exchange there, so she is super happy. And guys, don't underestimate Wisp, okay? In that late game, she has those AoE auto attacks, they just nuke. 3k crits, AoE, man, that is coming in hot in that late game. Also her ult, just so much wave clear. Along with that Ignis, they can just stall this game for... This could be a 40-minute game, I'm telling you boys, okay? This could be very fun to watch. But of course, if they get ahead, the only thing Mad has to clear those waves is honestly just the Malok ult and that Capheny ult and Alice ult. But it is just a lot of ults being expended there. Meanwhile, Ignis can just clear the waves with S1, S2. So we will definitely, I think it will definitely be harder for Mad team if they fall behind in this game to get to that late game. And again, they of course have that Capheny, so they are incredibly strong late game too. And honestly, I think Emily is really strong late game. Emily, a full item Emily, is incredibly tanky and still deals a very nice amount of damage. And yeah, she will just literally one-shot that Wisp every single time if she gets onto her. Again, he doesn't have Flicker, so honestly, I would have gone Flicker. I would have gone Flicker here. Would have just been much better to play that style, I think, against a Wisp and against an Ignis. They have Jognar to protect, but if you just one-shot them, then yeah, they're donezo, right? And look at this damage coming in by Wisp. Oh my god, 2 crits in a row there, taking down that Capheny to 10 HP, but she is able to get away. That was really, really lucky by her. Ellie played that perfectly pretty much, and he secured his team a tower with that, and also a Slayer. So again, just very incredible gameplay here. Coming out by Ellie, he's not usually the star of this team. We always have, whenever people talk about Team Flash, it is XB, it is ADC that get the spotlight most of the time. Pro-E sometimes, Go as well, but Ellie, I mean, back in the days, people said he's inting. Now he definitely turned that around. He is carrying this game so far. 3, 1, and 2 on this Wisp. And yeah, we definitely have to make a video about Wisp once again. This is gonna be very fun. Of course, this is one of my personal favorites in the marksman position. I think she is really fun to play. And yeah, she is gonna be very good at pushing these towers as well, with her increased range on her first ability, with her increased auto attack range. And now Go is just completely getting caught, has to Arctic Orb, but is still gonna just drop. Huge blunder coming in by him. He was just standing there while the enemies just approached him, and he was just sitting there watching them. Very nice Malok ult is able to get away as well and clear the wave, so they save that mid lane tower. And now that Kriknak, oh my goodness, Neil, such a good, finds that isolated Wisp and instantly one-shots her. And there's the lead gone by Wisp. She had that flicker available as well, so it's her mistake. Again, Neil, that is why you ban Kriknak away from this man. His macro is perfect, and Kriknak is all about macro, so he is just getting all those kills now. Another double kill there, picks up that Shognar and that Ignis there. Both use Endless Cycle and are back in the game. But Ellie not using Endless Cycle yet. Is going to save those for the late game. 1k gold advantage, a little bit more than that, onto the side of Mad Team here. And yeah, as you saw, Emily, just as I predicted, full tank. Yuzon goes full tank on every single hero. It is actually hilarious. He just accepts his fate and plays the full tank heroes, man, and lets Neil and 0322 hard carry pretty much every single game. But it is probably the best way to play AoV right now. It is what it is. I don't think Yuzon wants this. I really don't think Yuzon wants this. He used to go very aggressive on Irie and used to play her full AD and stuff. He doesn't want this, guys, but the coach is making him do this because this is just the AoV meta right now. It is what it is. Love it or hate it. Some people love Slayer lane tanks. Some people really don't like that playstyle. They want to play full AD Florentino instead, full AD Richter. But yeah, at the end of the day, if marksman is so incredibly overpowered in this game, you gotta simp for them, and simping for them as a Slayer laner means just being full tank. Going super deep there, knocking up the Malok a little bit. ADC trying to get some. ADC has to dash away there, but is able to re-engage there. They are able to pick up Capheny, and they still didn't get that tower though, which is just absolutely hilarious at this point. However, Capheny already respawned with that Endless Cycle, so I think Team Flash has to put this Slayer on hold for now. Very nice Arctic Orb used by XP there, predicts the Kriknak ult and is able to completely ignore all damage by him and survive that fight right there. And he is sprinting back into the... What is he doing? He just ran back, no sprint, just ran back with S1 move speed and just instantly flickered out. Did not die, but two of his teammates lost their life because of that overextension there by their whole team. And Neil is able to clean up a third kill, and he is just playing out of his mind right now, guys. Just such a stellar performance right now coming in by Neil. And we have that Wisp clearing out that mid lane wave, so they won't lose that mid lane tower for now. Of course, they already lost 2 bot lane towers, Mad Team here, and 1 top lane tower, so they're definitely behind in towers still. They need that mid lane tower to even that score out and also get some more of that mid lane priority for their side. Their mid lane tower is pretty much dead. It is so low HP. They get the Abyssal Dragon. They use the Drake at their blue buff, which will push down that bottom lane. And I really think they will easily get this bottom lane tower. As soon as they get that, they will be able to rotate mid lane and might try to get 2 mid lane towers, although it will be a little bit too difficult, I think, but they will get 1. And yeah, they easily get this bot lane tower. Malok ult is just way too much of a threat there. Even if he suicides, it is worth. And now they are already pushing in that mid lane wave. Go is trying to defend it, and he is very deep, but jumps out. And now that Capheny is just trying to poke them really hard, is not really able to. Go gets the kill onto Kriknak. 1v1 it seems. Kriknak really foolish of him to fight that Lubu 1v1, and that stops their plans from getting this mid lane tower. I think if Capheny didn't overextend and just try to push down, push the enemies a little bit down, their health bars a little bit down with her ultimate, I think if she just instantly rotated to mid lane, they would have forced away that Lubu. Kriknak wouldn't have died, and they would have gotten 2 mid lane towers as opposed to 1. However, not able to, and now that 15-minute Abyssal Enraged Abyssal Dragon going down to Team Flash because of that mistake. And now, again, this is anybody's game. What's it called? A Mad Team definitely were able to even out the map pressure that Team Flash had because of them having more towers down. But it is still not a good sign here, because of course they still have, the towers are pretty much equal now. That mid lane tower is so low HP, will drop very soon, and this Wisp has a Dark Blessing buff now, and also everyone has that Enraged Abyssal Dragon buff, so it is just gonna be so much bonus damage coming out from Team Flash. Mad Team definitely doesn't want to fight this roster right now. They just want to wait until this dragon buff is over, but again, 20 seconds for the Slayer to respawn, and we might see a fight there. They might just give it away, but I think giving it away for Mad Team here, giving it away to Team Flash is just really conceding way too much pressure at that point. They will get way too big of an advantage after that. And Team Flash decides to try to engage this. Malok ults away, and this Wisp is so low HP, but is able to respawn with that Dark Blessing buff. And then this very beautiful counter engage. Such a nice flank coming in from Yuzon here. He ends up jumping away again, but he got that Wisp's, I think, Blade of Eternity down. So still very well played. Her Bow of Slaughter is on cooldown as well. She used it to lifesteal against that Capheny, bombarding her there after her Dark Blessing. And yeah, this is still anybody's game. Of course, only Neil died this team fight, but it is alright. And I still think he has an endless cycle left. XB is still deciding to go for that slowing build there, despite having so much CC on his team. And they are able to pick up that Capheny in that backline. And at that point, Mad pretty much loses that team fight. Going super deep for that Alice. She flickers away though, completely baits him, and I'm sure no, he is able to jump away. Stellar performance by Go here on his Lubu. Is able to get away after that engage, and Kriknag is not able to clean him up. Wisp tries to steal that minion, but it resets, and yeah, they pretty much just disengage. The gold is still dead even. The Slayer is respawned, and now Team Flash is really low HP. They got those two towers, but are they gonna pay the price for it with that Slayer? And they do. Slayer going to the side of Mad Team here. This is gonna be absolutely crazy right now. This is definitely gonna be a very late game because Mad Team got that Slayer right now, and they will be pushing with that Slayer. They are definitely able to win those team fights with that Capheny. And on the side of Team Flash though, they are able to stall that game out so long with that Ignis, with that Wisp ult. Just like I said, I think we might see a very late game scenario here. And yeah, we have that Kriknag positioning around bot side. Both teams just trying to get a hold of this Abyssal Dragon vision. And Team Flash actually forcing Mad Team away from it because they had Yuzon split pushing. Rourke tries to gank that Emily, but not able to. She just backs away. And this Emily, if she has a Mail of Pain, I think Rourke actually kills himself attacking her before he kills her, which is absolutely hilarious. But keep in mind, Mail of Pain is the biggest Rourke counter in the game. You buy that, he's not gonna play the game anymore. If you have that on 3 of your heroes, and yeah, I mean, Yuzon can buy it, Malok can buy it, and at that point, Rourke is not playing the game anymore. Even less so than usually late game, because Rourke is not the best late game hero, unless he can pop off and find a good team fight where he can just keep sustaining back up. But usually Rourke is not the best late game hero. And Malok just engaging super deep, Go just instantly attacking, and Malok already used his rock shield, so he has to sprint away. And now look at this, Rourke just trying to kill this Kriknag. Kriknag is able to fly away, and now everyone on Team Flash's side is just bunched up and getting attacked by this Capheny. She is able to pick up that Lubu with her Bow of Slaughter, sustaining while he's trying to kill her. And now that Abyssal Dragon is being started. It's gonna reset, but I'm sure they can finish it off because Lubu does not have Endless Cycle. So this is a 5v4 on the minimap right now. So Team Flash has to just completely concede it, try to get as many things like this Spirit Sentinel as they can, clear out those waves, and then just back out. And yeah, we have Mad team here starting to push now. And of course, look at this Capheny damage right now. She just, oh, but she takes so much poke as well. But she has lifesteal, it won't be an issue. Just let her do that red buff and she's back to full. And yeah, as I said, half HP gone from Wisp, one laser by that Capheny coming through. It is just so much damage. Wisp with that full item build. Capheny likewise though, they have the exact same build except for Slick Sting on Wisp and Devil's Handshake onto that Capheny. And the only reason why Wisp doesn't have Devil's Handshake is because Devil's Handshake is bugged on Wisp. When you have too much attack speed, you cannot walk between auto attacks anymore, which is ridiculous, guys. But it is so funny. You literally just stand still and you can't walk, and it's super glitchy and it's so annoying. And yeah, that is why you buy Slick Sting on Wisp, never Devil's Handshake. Even if you go for full crit damage build, I think Devil's Handshake is too much attack speed, which is just really funny, but it is what it is. And yeah, we have that Abyssal, we have that Slayer being taken down by Mad again. Super quick Slayer. The gold lead does not matter at all at this point. They got the third Slayer of the game. Seems like Rourke will at least get a blue buff as a consolation prize, which of course is a very, very small consolation prize. It's like going to the what's it called, to the roller coaster thing, you know, and then you play that little thing, that little game where you can win a plushie by hitting all the cans, you know, with a ball, and then you hit all of them, you know, like me, but you guys don't hit them because you're not a gaming genius, and then you get some little chewing gum or something, okay, and you paid like $5. That is GG, dude. That is this blue buff right now. It's a chewing gum, okay, absolutely crazy compared to that Slayer. And yeah, we'll see how this progresses right now, because of course that Capheny seems to be too much for Team Flash to chew off here. These Malok ults are just incredible as well, man. Just always 4-man ults at least here coming in by Fanta. That is why this Malok is so strong. I'm sure this Lubu will end up dropping. He drops to the Drake there with that last auto attack. That is hilarious, guys. Death Sickle. He sold his Blade of Eternity into a Death Sickle, and what is going on with that stream? It is reloading, but it is fine. Rourke gets caught, was trying to set up a trap there in the back of the enemy team, but was not able to, and I really think Mad will be able to just close this game out now. Maybe even in that bottom lane. It is a 5 versus 3. Ignis ult, however, is up, and Ignis ult can just clear everything. As you saw there, it pretty much cleared the whole wave, but again, Malok just re-engages. Wisp dead. She used her Endless Cycle. That is definitely the last one though, so still a huge disadvantage. This Ignis just tanks that Kriknak, but now that Capheny is just gonna clean house here and just gonna kill that core. Very well played. Mad team able to even out this series 2-2. These quarterfinals so far, both very, very hype, both very exciting to watch. Really nice to see here. And yeah, we'll see who gets the MVP. Probably gonna be that, actually Malok gets that MVP. He of course played incredibly well, have to give it to him. Super nice ultimates. I expected that Capheny to get MVP because she probably did 40% damage here. 30% actually, okay? Very well played. Impressive for Emily to deal 16%. Usually Emily, especially with a full tank build, is just a tank, but yeah, very well played by both teams. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like, subscribe to not miss the next game, game 5, and I will see you guys the next time. Peace out, boys. Bye bye.